Hey everyone, welcome back to the Mark Loeffler Experience. Today we're going to talk about why people are leaving Ontario in droves. And they're not just going out west, they are leaving the country in general. You guys comment down below. I mean, other than high real estate prices, why are people leaving? Because I think the people leaving can probably afford the real estate prices, at least some of them. There's a huge interprovincial migration. And where they're going is number 1, Alberta, number 2, BC, and number 3, Nova Scotia right now. So there are people leaving Ontario in droves, and that's where they're going. Now, the net population in Ontario is growing still, even with the net provincial migration. We are still taking in more people than are leaving. So there is still population growth, which as a real estate investor, this is one of the things I look at is, will it continue to grow? Because again, I don't think we're building enough houses for as fast as we are growing. And that is why some people are leaving. They can't see that they are going to be able to afford to live here. This is a big concern. Like, we are probably losing some very, very talented people who are saying, I mean, I can go to Alberta or I can go to Austin, Texas, and I can go get a tech job down in Austin, Texas, and I can actually go buy a home there in a good area. And, you know, the scene is awesome. Why wouldn't I go do that? Whereas you look in Ontario and you're like, okay, where do I want to live? Okay, if I want to live downtown Toronto, I'm living in a condo, which is, you know, a shoebox. And I mean, I don't know. I haven't been down there lately, but is the scene back? I mean, or, you know, you're outside of the city and you're in a smaller town. I guess the question is, are we losing people who pay more taxes than the people who are coming in? People who are driving GDP, or people who are, well, just not growing it as quickly? And what does that mean? What does that look like in the future for Ontario? If the brain drain, I guess is what they call it, continues, then you are going to get people, like, you're going to get these companies that have come here because there are reasonably intelligent people and they can have nice lifestyles, and like Waterloo, like you got Google, you have, you had RIM, but like you had a whole bunch of tech companies went there because they have a great technology school and they could pay their workers less than if they were living in, say, San Francisco. I mean, guys, if you don't follow this guy, No Bad Capitalist, on YouTube, I do watch a fair bit of his stuff. He was talking about how the Passport Index downgraded Canada for entrepreneurs. And he's saying it's not so much that what Canada has done per se, although I'm going to guess that if you were free to move anywhere in the last 2 years, you probably wouldn't have chose Canada, or especially Ontario with all the lockdowns and everything. Unless you're into that, you might have gone to some place that was open and free and maybe had a lot lower taxes. Just putting that out there. You know, the rest of the world is really competing for talent right now. They want the best and the brightest to move to there because that brings the employers. The more smart people you have there, then people are going to say, oh, I'm just going to put an office down there because we can all work remotely now. So if I have an office in, I don't know, Austin, and then one in Orlando, and then one in California, well, that's not so bad. Obviously, not only are they fleeing Canada, but they're fleeing Ontario in general. They're going to, Alberta is the number 1 recipient. By the way, I don't know if you know this, but I might have bought a few properties out in Alberta in the last year. They're getting immigration, they're getting in-migration. People are moving there. What do people do when they move to a place? They typically rent for a couple years. Therefore, I'm going to have a lot more renters, and I think this trend is going to continue. I don't think it's going to reverse anytime soon, because for the last couple years, Alberta has seen out-migration, right? So they've seen emigration from Alberta to, out east or to Ontario, and that has switched. And these are some of the things that I pay attention to when I make my investing decisions. Because again, if more people are moving there, then they are going to need to live somewhere. And I like to provide people with housing. And I don't like my housing to be vacant. And so the top two places people are going are Alberta and Nova Scotia. And let's be honest, like they're moving for real estate prices. If you can sell your home for $1.2 million, your 900 square foot semi-detached property in Toronto for 1.2 to 1.3 million, you go to Nova Scotia, you buy something nice at 400, 500,000, maybe it's 700,000 now, but still half price. You go to Alberta, well, yeah, you're paying 33% of that, and you're probably getting a nicer, better home in a better area. I've had tons of friends either go out east or out west. Some went for opportunity, some went for jobs, but a lot of people just, they sold here, moved out there, put $400,000, $500,000, $600,000 into their pocket, and that's a lot of, obviously that's a lot of money, and that can jumpstart like your retirement plan. So Alberta saw 5,351 people net. So from people leaving, coming and going, basically 5,300 people. BC was 3,000, Nova Scotia was 2,419. And here you can see, so there was 5,300 people in migration. This is immigration, and you're looking at, in the first quarter in Calgary was 6,000, 4,300 in thing, but they've had 17,000 people, immigrate in that same time frame. So, these don't seem like big numbers, but like this is all pointing to a great trend, right? You can look at Ontario's numbers. They had about 66,000 people through the first 5 months of the year. So, it's not like they're shrinking, right? Like, Ontario's not going anywhere yet. I always just worry about if people who earn more money are leaving, and because it's immigration is backfilling this. If we're not able to attract the high quality immigrants to the areas because they don't see the opportunity, they don't see the fact that they can live the dream that they left somewhere else for, like owning a home or providing a better life for their kids. I hope you guys like these videos. And as always, this was brought to you by Mark Loeffler Realty Services. If you're looking to buy a home, sell a home, or invest in real estate in Southwestern Ontario or Alberta, happy to help you buy an apartment building out there. And we do have our next meetup on July 18th. Same bat time, same bat channel, in the Caro on James. So we'd love to see you there. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.